NASA confirms the crucifixion of Jesus.
Hello. What
NASA confirms it. Okay.
History confirms the crucifixion of Jesus.
I think it's more history
and archaeology.
And NASA. Well, if you take NASA and you move the words around,
and then you add a T,
and you get a T,
then it spells Satan. That's usually how words work.
Yeah.
When you put the letters in different order and you add other letters.
Guys, I'm ecstatic to be going on my first ever theater tour, the Godly Ambition Tour, coming to a city near you. This is what I need you to do. I need you to hit the link in the pinned comment below. And if your city is on this list, make sure you sign to join the waiting list. You will be the first to access tickets. We have March 21st, Houston, Texas. March 22nd, Dallas, Texas. Chicago, Illinois, April 10th. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, April 12th. Arlington, Virginia, April 25th, and New York City, April 26th, Los Angeles, May 9th, Clearwater, Florida, which is right outside of Tampa, May 15th, and Atlanta, Georgia, May 16th. So hit the link in the pinned comment or go to blessgod.co, hit live events, and if you see your city, hit join the wait list, and you just put in your information, you will be the very first to get information for ticket sales with a special code before they go public. So I can't wait to see some of you guys in person. We're going to have an amazing time. I believe live events are the most efficient way to help people transform their life. My life was transformed at a live event similar to this one, and so I can't wait to come together, show you guys some new music I've been working on, some spoken word poetry. I'll be doing a talk and a live podcast Q&A, just like you've seen me do over and over. So we'll also have some special guests. So again, hit that link in the pinned comment or go to blessgod.shop, hit the live tabs, and I'll see you on tour this spring. All right, peace.
All right, okay. Researchers have verified that on April 3rd, 33 AD, the day many historians identify with Jesus' crucifixion, a lunar eclipse known as a blood moon took place. The Gospel of Luke chapter 23, verse 44 through 45 records that darkness fell across the land from the midday until 3 p.m. as Jesus was on the cross. Later that night, Acts chapter 2, verse 20 describes the moon appearing as blood, fulfilling ancient prophecy. Modern NASA records confirm that Jerusalem experienced a lunar eclipse that evening, a remarkable moment where history, science, and scripture converge. How do they confirm something like that?
Yeah, I was wondering, how do you go back in time to discover that? Let's pull up Luke chapter 23, verse 44. I want to read that real quick. Yeah, I don't know how they go back and do it, but I know they can figure out what days were, dark and what days stuff happened. So I know they can do that. So this is the death of Jesus. It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. For the sun stopped shining, and and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, saying, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. Okay, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 a.m, for the sun stopped shining. Now look up what they're describing. They're describing a lunar eclipse.
Acts 2, verse 20.
Hold on, no. I want to. What are they describing in this?
They're describing a
lunar eclipse. So Google a lunar eclipse. I want to show everybody what a lunar eclipse looks like.
So this is it scientifically.
A lunar eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when the Earth passes directly. Okay, the Earth passes directly between the moon and the sun, casting a shadow on the moon. Casting a shadow on the moon. Interesting.
Okay.
But is it dark when there's a lunar eclipse? Because that's what the scripture says. Lunar eclipse is not a source of darkness on earth, but a lunar phenomenon where the earth's shadow falls on the moon. So it just creates what looks like a blood moon, I think.
Causing the moon to dim or appear reddish.
Mm-hmm. So I'm still not tracking how that connects to the passage they said in the post. Go back to the post.
Yeah. So I think they're saying, records that darkness fell across the land from midday until 3 p.m. Okay. So you think that would be a solar eclipse?
I would think that's a solar eclipse, but they confirmed a lunar eclipse.
Because a solar eclipse is where it gets dark in the middle of the day.
I think so.
Yeah.
Look up what a solar eclipse is. Because I think, a solar eclipse is when it gets dark in the middle of the day. I think during a solar eclipse, the darkness is similar to twilight or 360 sunset, allowing stars and planets to become visible. This deep darkness occurs only within path of totality, where the moon completely blocks the sun's face and lasts for a few minutes. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm not tracking how this connects.
So maybe they're saying what they're saying is
look up an image, please.
Yeah, this is what happened earlier. So this is like midday.
Yeah, that's sick.
So that's a solar eclipse where the sun is blocking.
This is a better photo. Go to the other photo.
Yeah,
right next to it. Yeah,
this
that one.
Yeah, looks epic.
Looks nuts.
Yeah, looks insane. So here's what I'm guessing is NASA confirmed that there was a lunar eclipse that day, which would explain the red.
Yes, in Acts 2:20.
Yeah, 2:20 describes the moon appearing as blood, fulfilling ancient prophecy.
Right.
That being said, there seems to be a supernatural element where there's also a solar eclipse effect happening, meaning it just became nighttime very quickly, and then a lunar eclipse happened, and they can confirm the lunar eclipse part, but there's a supernatural element, which is why is there darkness in the middle of the day? So it sounds like that even for the moon to appear would have to mean that the rotation. So something happened there. It sounds like something similar to the sun being held during the battle in the Old Testament. Yeah, being held up, and then that would be my thought on that.
Let's look up Acts 2:20 because I want to read that verse. I remember it vaguely. I think the supernatural part seems to have happened in Luke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. So this is talking about the future return of Jesus. This is talking about the crucifixion.
Yeah, this is talking about the future return, right?
This is the end days, yeah. Then people are not drunk as you suppose. It's only 9 a.m. No, this is only what's spoken by the prophet Joel. So this is talking about the prophet Joel in the last days. So this is about the last days. God's spirit coming on everybody. God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. This is the one the charismatics all love.
Yep.
Daughters will prophesy, right? Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will show wonders in the heavens above and signs on earth below, the blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. So this is before the coming.
Oh, so maybe it is.
Immediately, so this is Matthew 24. Immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give light. The stars will fall from the sky and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Yeah. So
is this him talking about the cross?
Yeah, this is the last day. Some say, they got the preterist view that this is about AD, Jerusalem AD.
Oh, okay.
So who knows? But
interesting. So did we just debunk some fake news there?
Yeah, I don't feel very confident about that.
Sounds like picking and choosing verses a little bit.
A little bit, and solar eclipses versus lunar eclipses, conflating those a little bit.
Not to mention, if it was a solar eclipse, it would still be a supernatural phenomenon because this said the darkness lasts for a few minutes. This says the darkness lasted for hours.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Okay.
Very interesting.
Let me know what you guys think. They did. Is it still kind of aligned to you? I'm curious. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you liked it a lot and have a thought to share, leave a comment. If you are listening to this on the podcast app, make sure to leave a review, and you could even leave a comment over there. And if you want to watch another video that is recommended just for you, hit this video over here. Let me know if they nailed it. Also, you can partner with us monthly, which helps us out a lot in our monthly community. Get access to early drops and all that kind of good stuff over here. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.